too much to worry about. Wow, superb stuff from Daniel JUARA. Wow, brilliant stuff on the brakes to go past Milan Ballack.
Oh, they've both gone down. Carpe's down. The screen.
Salmela has the drive. Salmela's got the superb drive up over the hill, and it's side by side. It's side by side as they run to the line. Who's
There's a lot riding on these current races, Peter, isn't there?
That's right, and one of those with eyes on that position is Rico Salmela. He said, I'm down on the fourth row, but I know I've got the pace to run at the front.
Another one is Marco Morelli. He desperately wants as we so the riders take off on the warm-up lap. It's worth noting, isn't it? I mean, I don't know if you felt it, but I think the riders have been
here this morning. An early start for the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup. Race 2 in Aragon gets underway. And a superb start from Alvaro Carpe, but Brian Uriarte is alongside him, almost alongside him. Surely he's going to have to tuck in. Is he brave enough? No, he isn't. He tucks in behind Alvaro Carpe. Somebody's run wide. Is that Veda, perhaps, who ran wide? But he's managed to keep it upright, thank goodness. And as they go away up the hill,
it's Brian Uriarte from Hakim Danish, the Malaysian rider.
Well, we'll see what he can do today.
This is definitely one of those races whereby Carpe can just sit and bag a fourth, a third, of a second, it doesn't matter. As we see the 70, Daniel JUARA, a former flat tracker, rising through the ranks in the US, overtaking Max Quiles in towards turn 16, outbreaking him. Daniel's into fifth
really
place.
To turn things around here, to open up all the possibilities, it still is Hakim Danish from Brian Uriarte. And Hakim had a, superb first lap, but Brian Uriarte has very much responded from the Rookies Cup. These are the guys who looked after his motorcycle a couple of years ago when he was being in the slipstream. Just a little bit of a buffeting sets it off, and as you say, that's a characteristic of the tyres. Nothing too much to worry about. Wow, superb stuff from Daniel JUARA. Wow, brilliant stuff on the brakes to go past Milan Ballack.
They've both gone down. Carpe's down. Oh my goodness!
This is changing things. He's running there to pick up the bike again, but he is the points leader. He is now down. The points are disappearing.
You've got to keep an eye out for Brits in this sort of weather as well. Uriarte stalking Hakim Danish, and this has completely changed the complexion of the championship.
And there's still 7.5 laps remaining at this race.
Goodness me.
Yeah, so... Wow, and it's clear it's a wet, cold morning. Of course, is our Flying Finn, and he's used to, he races on the ice, races in all sorts of conditions. So that's a really good news for our Flying Finn on the number 27. Both Danish and then Peroni set fastest laps of the race so far. So they're obviously exploring the grip limits and just pushing all the time.
Daniel,
meanwhile, and Alvaro Carpe is right at the back, and I think he probably does have some kind of machine damage, and maybe he broke that left-hand footrest when he slid off.
Well, there is Milan Pavelec being stalked by Rico Salmela then. Yes, Rico, who got that first Rookies Cup, first and only Rookies Cup.
An awful lot worse.
Quiles is not feeling confident, Peter. He crossed the line and he was 4.8 seconds off Rico Salmela. The second sector, he was 5.9. He clearly made a big mistake, and he's just let through Veda Pratama there. He might as well have waved him through, frankly. As we look at Joel Ponce, 16 in the middle of this group as well. This is a good ride from him in 10th.
That's right, and if he doesn't watch out, Quiles is going to be passed by a whole group. He could be passed by about 5 riders here. They're right behind him, including, good guys like Ruche Moodley.
Ruche, as you see, Guillaume Plong as well. I mean, a French rider, although I'm told rapidly, he put a 2:21.9 in, but that's faster than the 4-5 riders ahead of him at the moment.
So we'll assume then that he hasn't lost the gear change lever, because otherwise I don't think that he would be able to do that. So if he's got the and I was only a guess that he might have broken the footrest actually, because we couldn't see it with just the fact that his left foot was dangling in the air.
Hakim Danish, I don't want to say anybody's looking solid, because you never know. But he has so far been very, very fast out there as Hakim Danish. When was his last? Has he taken a victory yet in Rookies Cup? I don't think he has.
I don't think he has, no.
Been very close, of course. He's had a third and a second so far this season. Not been on the pace, all on ahead of Misano, isn't it? Salmela again pulls in 0.2 of a second. Rico's found his groove then. Come on, lad, you can do it. Back on the podium. the Finnish rider, he found himself on the podium. He's very welcome indeed, as we see Lennox for Mara has gone down now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for poor old Lennox. He was 18th yesterday. He's not had really fantastic season. Just, oh, there he goes. Whoa, that it was a nasty sort of flick over the high side. Good to see that he's up and okay.
Yeah, if there are a couple of resurfaced patches since then, because of teething issues of when you initially resurface a track, that could be the reason, a slightly different surface, as to why the likes of Carpe and Christian Daniel went down at that point earlier on in the race.
Got a big gap from 17th to 16th and 15th, so it's going to be a hard one.
He's doing similar lap times to those in 14th and 15th and 13th, but Christian Daniel Jr.'s a 2:18. But who's that? Just got, oh, Peroni! Goodness me, Peter! Peroni's gone down, he's thrown it away! Goodness me, and Max Keeles is going to come through and see that.
The nearest patch of dry land is, if you like, out of the gravel patch, so it's going to take him a long time to get that thing going again.
It's shocked the timing screens as well, because it's only just starting to catch up. It can't
see if he can get. It's not easy to get it going. He's deep in the gravel there. He's getting help, but that's not easy.
Peter, I mean, it's clearly, it's not just the rain and the wet they've got to contend with. There's clearly so much dirt on the track from the rain as well.
And of course, you know, the fact that Peroni had a fall and that has gone out of things, that's helped Carpe. He's now up into easily sprain, you know, break a bone in a wrist or something. Doesn't have to be a big accident, and suddenly he's got a major problem for Misano.
Yeah, precisely.
So he really should, you know, if I was his dad, I'd be telling him to take it easy.
The only other riders doing 2:17, 2:16. So Hakim Danish, the fastest rider on track, there he is, 2:16. Rico Samella's at 2:17 as well. Absolutely incredible from Christian Daniel Jr. A crash last to 6th place at the moment, and 5th place even. He's overtaken Guido Pini. Oh. I want to see what's happening at the front, really.
Which is Rico Samella closing in on Brian Uriarte.
There he is! Finally, we've seen the battle for second. Wonderful news. Thanks for catching up with us, everybody.
Right, so there we are with just half a lap remaining. Rico Samella has 2nd place from Brian Uriarte. It's crucial that Brian Uriarte get past Rico if he can, because he needs those points. Carpe come under pressure going into Misano in the last 2 races. Down the back straight for the last time, up into 6th gear. Who is going to be brave on the brakes at the end of the back straight? It is Brian Uriarte, who pulls out of the slipstream, but it's still a long way from home. It's that long, sweeping left-hander. Who's going to find the grip and the drive over the finish line to chase Hakim Danish? Salmela has the drive. Salmela's got the superb drive up over the hill, and it's side by side. It's side by side as they run to the line. Who's got it? It's Brian Uriarte has the 2nd place over Rico Salmela. Hakim Danish, the winner. Absolutely brilliant for the Malaysian. Yeah, well, it was, wasn't it? You know, as I say, it's a long way from home, and it's overtake, re-overtake. You know, did they change places 2 times or 3 times between the end of the straight and the finish line? Absolutely brilliant stuff. And it looks there, you know, Rico seems to have got it, but Brian has the drive and comes back underneath him. And there is the number 13, the race winner, way on his own. Just so happy, we're so happy.
Yes, today race is raining day, it's wet condition on the race, so I managed really well. I feel confident with the bike, and I would like to thank you to Red Bull Cup staff and my crew in Sepang, in Zeki Racing and Sepang Circuit, and to everybody that support me, also rider formation.
Oh, I wanna run off and fly. It's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this.